In a fiery political broadside that is quickly gaining traction across South Africa, Economic Freedom Fighters (EFF) leader Julius Malema has once again put President Cyril Ramaphosa on the spot, this time over Pretoria's response, or lack thereof, to recent remarks and policies emanating from US President Donald Trump. Malema's criticism is not new. He has built a reputation as one of Ramaphosa's most relentless critics. But this time, the issue cuts deeper, touching on South Africa's sovereignty, dignity, and its standing on the global stage. According to Malema, the government's decision to remain silent in the face of what he describes as Trump's insults and bullying is nothing short of national humiliation. Speaking at a public gathering in Johannesburg, Malema did not mince words. Why is South Africa quiet when Trump disrespects us? Why are we acting as though we are afraid of him? Look at other nations, they have not hesitated to push back. They defend their people, their image, and their dignity. But under Ramaphosa, we just smile and take the abuse, Malema declared to roaring applause. His statement referenced growing tensions between the US and various countries following Trump's hardline rhetoric on global trade, immigration, and his oft-controversial comments about African nations. Countries in Latin America, Asia, and even within Europe have openly pushed back. Yet, in Malema's view, South Africa's leadership has chosen a posture of appeasement. Are we not a sovereign country? Do we not have the courage to stand up like Mexico, like China, like even smaller nations who refuse to be bullied? Malema asked rhetorically, further stoking the debate. At the core of Malema's criticism is the accusation that Ramaphosa is too concerned with maintaining polite relations with Western powers, especially the United States. He argued that South Africa's foreign policy under the ANC has increasingly leaned toward appeasing Washington rather than asserting an independent African position. This is not diplomacy, this is cowardice, Malema thundered. Diplomacy means you respect yourself first, and then you engage others. But when a leader of another country insults your people and calls your continent names, and you say nothing, that is betrayal. Malema suggested that Ramaphosa's silence is not about strategy but about fear of disrupting economic and trade ties. The ANC would rather stay quiet while South Africans are disrespected, just to keep business with America flowing. That is not leadership. That is selling out, he said. Indeed, Malema drew comparisons with other nations that have challenged Trump's policies directly. Canada and France pushed back on his trade tariffs. China launched countermeasures against US economic aggression. Even countries with far fewer resources than South Africa, such as Haiti, have openly condemned his derogatory remarks about the developing world. Why should Haiti have the courage to respond, but South Africa, the supposed giant of Africa, stay silent? Malema asked. Are we giants only in words but not in action? While the presidency has largely avoided engaging in a war of words with Trump, insiders say Ramaphosa views restraint as a way to avoid unnecessary escalation. But that explanation does not sit well with Malema, who sees it as weakness. The silence of Ramaphosa is not wisdom, it is submission, Malema insisted. And submission is dangerous because once you bow to one insult, you will be forced to bow again and again. South Africa should be leading Africa in showing the world that we will not be treated like second-class citizens. Malema's remarks also reflect a larger debate in South Africa about foreign policy. Should Pretoria prioritize pragmatic engagement with powerful nations for economic stability, or should it adopt a bolder, more confrontational stance that asserts African dignity regardless of potential consequences? For the EFF leader, the answer is obvious. We are not America's child. We are not Trump's servants. We are an African nation, proud and independent. And if we cannot stand up for ourselves, then we are betraying the generations that fought for freedom. His words are striking a chord with supporters who have long accused Ramaphosa of being too soft, both at home and abroad. Whether his call for retaliation against Trump gains broader traction remains to be seen, But one thing is certain, Malema has once again forced the national conversation into uncomfortable but necessary territory. As South Africa grapples with its place in a shifting world order, the question Malema raises continues to hang in the air: why indeed is South Africa appeasing, when others are retaliating?